Hello, I'm Ellen Moon, and welcome to my shop vlog. It's a little different today. I have Sunshine here with me, and we're finally going to talk about our Salem trip back in November from the 7th to the 9th. Yes. So you're going to find out real quick that we have different opinions on our experience, even though we did everything together. So, first, we're going to say we did get a rental car. She got it through her work.
Yeah. So I paid for a mid-size sedan because I wanted to ride down in comfort. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because we knew it was going to be a long drive. We chose to take the route without tolls on the way down there. We'll talk about that in a second.
Take the tolls, guys.
We'll talk about that here in a second because there's more to that story. But I paid for a mid-sized sedan with like a travel package, and we get there and we pick up this clunker.
It was a little clunker they were trying to stick us with. And at first, we were good. We were like, okay, this will be fine, you know.
I think we were both like, we're going to Salem. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It was a horrible idea. Okay. So luckily, I had to make a couple pit stops before we actually started driving. We were going to go that evening, later in the evening. And we picked it up at 12. So we still had like 12 hours before we were actually leaving. I drove to the grocery store, and then I drove to go pick up my meds, and I'm in line with my meds, and I'm hearing things that aren't supposed to be happening with the car, and I'm calling her, like, can you wake up the husband? Can he look over this? I don't trust this. And she's like, if you don't trust it, I don't trust it. We don't need it. Yeah. So, and like, it smelled like smoke. Somebody had clearly smoked in the car because, like, when you would shut the door and leave it closed and get back in the car, you could smell it. And neither one of us smoked. So, I was like, okay, I'm not getting dinged on that. Called him for that. I'm like, I'm just taking this bitch back. So we took it back. And then we got another car. That car was fabulous.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was a newer car. It was a 2025. It was a
Nissan.
What was it?
I don't know. It was a Nissan something. But it was a really nice car. It had sensors everywhere. It told us when people were on the side of us, when we were too close. It would slow down if you were in cruise control and you were like, you could set how many car lengths ahead. I always do 3. If I was getting too close to 3, it started slowing down. Like, people were cutting us off, and it would take the car off, and it would slow down really fast. It was a really nice, safe car. So, like, I was really glad that we finally got what we paid for.
Yeah.
Because I paid a lot of money, and I was trying to settle for
junk.
Yeah. So, get a good car if you're going to be traveling states away. Yes. End of the story. Make sure you get a good car.
It's worth the money because it assures your safety, and that's the most important thing.
We were definitely safe in that
We were
car.
definitely safe, and we were very comfortable.
So, the drive there, we decided to take no tolls.
No tolls.
Because all the research that we did said that there were tolls, and a lot of them involved, which we will get to that side of the story here in a second. However, I like a little wee-woo. There was a lot of wee-wooing. Okay, a lot of turns, a lot of, like,
because it took us through the mountains.
I didn't know there was mountains that way. For some reason, I did not realize the Appalachian Mountains went up that far.
Yeah.
So I think we were both kind of shocked because for some reason I was convinced it was all flat. Like, every time you see Salem, you see flat land, and then you realize it's not. It's not. There's a lot of
like, the closer we were getting there, it was just like, why is it still mountainy?
Right, like, what's happening here?
I didn't realize.
Are we going the right way? Where are we headed?
So, like, we're from Ohio. Like, northeastern Ohio, so southern Ohio has mountains. But up here, we don't. We have hills.
We have
some hills.
We're a lot hillier than Indiana, where I grew up. I did not realize it was like Kentucky.
Yeah.
Everybody in Kentucky has got that dang Ford Ranger driving around in the mountains. That basic drive. That's what we did. Oh my gosh,
like it was scary. Certain points driving on the edge of these mountains. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was. It
was so scary. I'm glad we had good weather. We had really nice weather on the way there, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
It didn't rain or snow. It was good. Clear skies, great.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we did have deer issues.
As soon as we crossed over, so we get a lot of deer in Ohio, but as soon as we crossed over into Pennsylvania,
it was like, holy hell.
There were a lot of unalived deer on the side of the road, like instantly.
You can say that, it's YouTube.
Wow. Like, my mom, before we left, she's like, be careful, there's a lot of deer in Pennsylvania right now.
She literally mentioned
as soon as we crossed over, it was like, dead.
She says, we're coming up on the Pennsylvania line. My mom says it's really bad with deer. Dead deer.
Like,
dead deer.
Right where it says, welcome to Pennsylvania.
So, like, I'm traveling along the medium in the fast lane the whole way there because, like, those things pop out from the other lane. And I'm like,
yeah.
Nope. It was, they were everywhere on the road.
But it took us a long time to get there, and we were very sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Very tired, so like a 11, 12-hour trip turned into 16.
Yeah. Because we're mothers, and we both our children have destroyed our bladders playing soccer with them, thinking they were some kind of ball that they could kick.
We had to stop a lot, like every 2-3 hours.
Yeah, we were pulling over just to get something to drink and do our business and go.
Yeah.
We did stop and eat at Crackle Barrel for breakfast.
Did we?
Yes, on the way there we did.
We did.
Because you got that steak you didn't eat.
I got that steak I didn't eat. My nerves were so shot. I barely ate anything. She just wanted to get me out of the car, and
I'm trying to get her out of the car. Like, girl, you got to get out of this car. You need to maybe if you eat.
The drive really stressed me out.
Well, the hills felt like they were caving in, and like it was. I don't think either one of us expected that for the drive.
I did not, and I did a lot of research. So do your research.
Your research is going to lie to you a lot.
Do your research.
Mine did too. But we got there safe. We got to what was the town called? So
we stayed in Woburn, Massachusetts, which is about 15 to 20 minutes from Salem. So it was pretty close. It was really nice. The hotel we stayed at was like a Holiday Inn right off the highway. It was really nice.
Yeah.
There was like a shop, like a lot of different restaurants and shopping places like across the street. Mm-hmm. So we got to the hotel. The hotel itself, I might have to do a separate video on that. It was good. It was a place to stay. It was affordable. It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The hot tub was kind of concerning sometimes.
Yeah.
I mentioned that.
But we got there, we unpacked, we went across the street and grabbed some Mexican food.
Yes.
It was delicious.
I think we got a face mask.
Oh, we stopped at the Dollar Tree there. It was like really big.
Yeah, it was really, really big.
Really, really big.
But they didn't have the face mask that I've been using, which was very depressing. I should have found some more here in Ohio. But we just settled on something, put it on. We both took a shower. I passed out.
Yeah.
I was, no.
Went home, we ate, hot tub, got in the hot tub. We both showered and got ready for bed. We were asleep. Well, she was asleep before 8 o'clock. I was asleep before 9 o'clock.
I was out. I slept
I don't think I've ever... Yeah, she was out. Well, you took a melatonin.
I took like I took 3 melatonins because they were only like 3 milligrams. You can take up to 10.
Yeah, so I didn't take a melatonin.
I took 3 melatonins and Tylenol and I was gone. Mind you, that's the only thing I do is melatonin. Like, I'd be taking melatonin. But I didn't take melatonin. Oh, like with the drive and the melatonin, I slept so good. We got up at 7. I was ready. Like, at 7, I was like, oh... I feel rested. Friday,
I was very, sleep deprived and my nerves were shot, but by Saturday morning, I was feeling so much better and ready for Salem. We were woke up, we're bitch, we're going to Salem! Woo!
We got breakfast in the hotel. The breakfast in the hotel I thought was really good.
I've had better.
And you'll notice this theme, like, we have different perspectives on the whole thing. I thought the breakfast was good.
It was good, but I wasn't impressed. I've had better.
I was not mad at it.
I've had better.
They had hot sauce.
Now, I've stayed at Comfort Inn, and I stay at, like, cheap hotels, okay? Comfort Inn has better breakfast. Way better.
I didn't know they did that kind of stuff now. I was what? I didn't know this place had, like, little sausages and whole omelets. I was like, oh, okay. I ain't bad at this.
But, it was free, so that was good. It was good enough. Okay? I'll have to make a separate video on the hotel. But, needless to say, we were ready to go take on Salem, and we honestly, as much research as we did, for years and years, wanting to go to Salem. I remember probably for 10 years now, every year I'm like, this is the year I'm going to go to Salem. It's like, it's that same story. Like, so many people have that goal, is to go to Salem. Like, I'm a witch, I'm a practicing witch, I have to go to Salem, right? So it was one of those things that was on my bucket list.
It was on mine too.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't excited.
We have to go there, and going there, we understood that it is a tourist place.
I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I realized how bad it was.
But, like, even knowing it's a touristy place, you honestly don't know how it is until you're there.
I think I thought, I don't know exactly what I thought, but I thought there would be more magic.
More magic for sure.
More authentic magic.
I will say, I'm going to say right now, my concluding impression of Salem, I'll say it now, and then we'll get into all the stuff. It felt like a movie set, or it felt like playing
a role.
Like everyone was playing a role, and like they were only there to like
get your money,
get my money, entertain us. You know what I mean? It was kind of strange. It was very strange. So that was a letdown, but that's my takeaway from going to Salem, my bucket list of places. But I definitely want to go back.
I don't.
Yeah, she hated it. She hated it.
I hated it the whole time. I honestly was happiest in the hotel with in the hot tub. Okay, so we'll start with Ella because she has the more positive perspective, in which I noticed everything that was negative about the place, and it was not magical for me. There was no magic in it for me. It just felt so unethical for me. But Ellen had more of... But she's also a shop owner, so seeing this for her is so much different for me. I work around incarcerated people that have done the worst of the worst. I'm a CO. So, like,
we come from a little bit of different worlds.
So, like, I'm going to have more of a
little bit of critical thinking.
Very critical thought process. Yeah. And a lot of awareness of everything. Where she's more in the moment. She's more enjoying the experience. I don't have that in me. Like, I can enjoy things when I feel a certain way, and I did not feel that. So there was no real, like, depth of enjoyment there for me. It was more protection and awareness of my surroundings than it was, like, being in the moment. I could not get in the moment of Salem. It wasn't there for me. I just saw tourist, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It was a good thing that one of us was positive during the trip.
I also think it was a good thing that one of us wasn't.
Yeah. We balance each other.
Yeah, well, because, like, I'm going to be the one that tells you when someone's coming at you funky. I'm going to be that person. And, like, we're in a new town. We don't know anybody around here. We are back.
All right. Sorry. Technical difficulties. We had to restart this video. What were you saying? We
just have different perspectives.
Yeah.
Because we just come from different backgrounds, and it balances us because I'm going to be the first one to notice fishy stuff, and Ellen can live in the moment.
Yeah.
and experience the magical.
Yeah.
I have to be in certain settings, and like certain settings she does wonderful in, and I don't, and vice versa.
Yeah.
We balance each other. We really do. So I'm gonna let you just go about the magical stuff because I will rant.
So overall, I loved Salem, even though I said what I said, like my conclusion of it. It's very conflicting, I understand, but I definitely would go back. I feel like one day, because we were only able to spend one day exploring, it's not enough time to see everything that you want to see, and to, there's so many things that we didn't get a chance to do, which was kind of disappointing. But what we did do was, I loved all the shops that we went into. They were all great. Most of them were pretty small, and like you think of like Massachusetts or New England, and you think of like the old roads and stuff, and it had all the old roads, and like it had like the small shops, but like you just don't realize. What am I trying to say? Like Salem,
it's not what it looks like.
It is not
in everybody's video.
So all the pictures that you see online of like the witch museum, the witch house, every picture, all that stuff is smaller in person.
So this
it looks so much bigger in pictures.
So you would think, with as much as people video this place, that this is like a bigger town. Everything is in a mile radius.
Everything's like mile and a half.
You've probably got like at least 70 to 80 different shops in a mile radius. And that includes like the touristy things and all, like the witch house, the witch house is the proctor's house, the village,
the cemetery, the village. We didn't get to go to the village. We went to the cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Everything's within that mile radius. Actually, the only thing that was there was three things that were off our list that were out of the town, and that was Danny's house.
Yeah, we didn't get to go to that. We ran out of daylight.
Well, that, and like there's a situation with that's a private property.
Yeah. And
there's a situation, I don't want to put their business out there,
right,
where they're having familial issues, so they're asking the community not to like
bother them.
Yes, rightfully so with what they got going on. The Satanic Temple is a little bit out of the way, and the actual spot, Proctor's Ledge, where the hangings took place, were not in that mile radius. So you actually had to drive to them.
Yeah.
Everything else, like all of the shops, all of, I would even go say to Lori's Cabot shop, because it really wasn't even that far from anything.
Like every shop there, it was within walking distance.
And that's not including the restaurants. That's not the hotel, the Hawthorne, was within that mile radius.
Yeah, everything's very crammed in there.
You can definitely walk the entire way. I would not suggest it. I would much rather get a bike.
No, because then you'd have to constantly. She'd rather ride a bike or take the trolley. I want to walk because I want to see things and I want to be able to go into places as I'm walking.
Like the Peabody Essex Museum, like it looked huge when I was looking at it. Like it looked massive, and like people had said you can spend all day in there. It's not as big as you think it is. Like
everything. It's not nothing. Everything is like scaled down.
It really scale it down in your minds. Like I highly suggest that, because if you go there and you're like thinking it's going to be bigger than it actually is, that's going to be just. And for me, that's what happened. It was like letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown.
It's like, wow, this is it.
Yeah. Like
okay. I mean, I'm happy to be here, but like that's it.
I would have much rather been in a hot tub, but that's just me.
I loved everything. Again, very conflicting, I know, but I loved everything. Everything. I loved the chaos. She thought it was crowded. I didn't think it was that bad because I was able to get in and out of shops. I was able to move around.
Look at our
I
structures.
didn't. Yes.
Okay,
She's a bigger girl
I'm
going
a
into
bigger
smaller
woman.
shops.
My ass don't take much just to knock shit off. Like, it does that on its own. I ain't got to really think about that. So, some of these shops are very compact.
Yeah.
And they're fitting as much as they possibly can. Like, every corner's got something in it. Literally, some of the shops, you're walking through to the checkout line.
Ushered through.
You're literally ushered by people because you got people behind you. You can't back up. You can't back up. You ain't backing up. Don't think you're walking backwards.
Was especially in, what is it called? The Witch's Cottage or the Cottage.
There was quite a few
That
of
place
them,
especially was very pretty. We could not film in there, but
it was
definitely, it was very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very inspirational, but it was one of those shops where it was super small. Smaller than my shop. And you were kind of ushered around to the register and like...
Pretty much every
I didn't really
shop
see anything
was kind
in
of
there.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, and that's the other thing. Like, I thought going there that I would see the uniqueness of witchcraft. Lots of handmade items. No.
Okay, not to say that there weren't.
Yeah,
but it was really hard for products to stand out.
Yes.
In that little town, just because everything everything feels so commercialized.
Everything's kind of replicated.
Yeah,
like,
and replicated.
Lori Cabot's shop had like the witch bells that were hanging. I could see.
I did love her shop. It was more spacious than others.
I will give you that.
It was more spacious.
And she did have real altars.
Yes,
which
she
were
had
very nice.
the one at the entrance and then the one in the other. Well, she had
two
more.
No, she had two. She had one in the library and one at the entrance as soon as you walked in. Only because I got photos of both of them. And
I got perfume from Lori Cabot's shop. I was like, I have to buy something. I bought one of her perfumes. It was a Elixir of Love perfume. I love it.
That's the other thing. Like, if you're idolizing any of these shop owners, don't expect to see them in their shops.
She was not there.
These businesses, so, like, here's the thing. Like, Ellen's Metaphysical Shop.
I own it. If you come in here, you're going to see me. Every time.
This is a small business. In the identity of an actual small business.
Yeah.
So, these shops...
The owner is never there. I kind of, like, touched base with, like, multiple different shop people. And I was like, oh, do you own this? And they're like, no.
Yeah,
no.
They can afford to hire people and fire people.
Yeah.
Ellen's small business, like, it's not like that.
It's not like that at all.
Because it's actually small. It's all curated by her. She gets it together. I sincerely doubt that the majority of these people are actually even ordering all of their product. And what hand-making items are there. I doubt that they're made by them.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact that you have to realize this town is known for the witch shops. There's so many in such a short time frame, and
it's like they're competing with each other. You know what I mean?
And there's not really uniqueness to any of them. Like, they're uniquely beautiful, but like uniquely as to what they're selling, not really.
The next shop will have it.
I promise you.
So we were going there like, oh my gosh, like I only want to like buy like unique things
because I have everything I need. Why do I want to buy something I already have because it's in Salem? That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So like I think that was the thing. Like I thought I'd be spending so much money on buying uniquer items.
I did stop at the Moon's gift shop. I had to. I got myself a sweater. It was a Salem, Massachusetts sweater. I got my mom a shirt. I got a Salem, Massachusetts coffee mug and a fridge magnet. I had to, okay?
But those are the touristy items that you would buy for anywhere you go.
Yeah, a hoodie, a mug, because I love my coffee, and a fridge magnet. I love it.
But then you're going to go that anywhere, but it's not specific to Salem. Like, it's not unique. Like, I thought I would be finding unique witch items.
Yes. That wasn't, but even if you did, it was a couple $100. Like, it was crazy. But
the most unique thing I saw there the entire time, and I wasn't willing to spend money because I'm sure I can get it off of Amazon, was a crystal dildo.
Yeah.
I wasn't spending $280. I'm sure it's cheaper on Amazon. And that's probably where they got it. But that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't seem The most unique items that I did actually witness, there was a homeless man that was making wands. Like, you could physically see him carving out the wands. And I
didn't see that. I missed that.
Well,
she saw that. I didn't.
I noticed, like, the little things. Like, that's just... I don't...
She's more aware of her surroundings. Me, I'm tunnel vision. All right, where are we going next?
Why is the homeless man the most unique item? That was my question.
I did see another... I don't know if he was homeless, but he was, like, a street artist where he had, like, his paintings or drawings or whatever, like, laid out.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were that good. I don't care if you are homeless or not. I didn't think they were that good. I wouldn't have spent money on them now.
That's the other thing. They have a homeless issue.
Yeah.
In the town.
I have my opinion on that, but...
we have different opinions. Yeah. I feel like with it being such a touristy area that there should be some kind of community outlet for them to go. Because, like, I'm not talking like they're just sitting there and you can tell they're... No, they got a whole tent set up. Like, they're taking up a bench with their beanbag. Like, you ain't finding a spot to sit down because the homeless person has marked his territory. And that's not me saying I'm against any, like, homeless person. That's not what I'm saying. Just to see such a profiting place have that big of an issue and there not to be really an outlet other than for them to try to curate to tourists to make money, it just was very disheartening because that's what everybody's there is doing.
It was shocking to see there was homeless people there.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow. Like, you don't see pictures of that online. Mm-mm. You don't see pictures of the homeless, but there are definitely homeless people there.
And they all have animals.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All of them. From bunny rabbits to lizards.
Cats, dogs.
Everything in between. I've seen homeless people with animals. Not as many as I saw there in that short little mile place. And, like,
or even, like, a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, like
you'd walk...
Essex Street is really where you saw the majority of it. And you were just, like, kind of like...
Why is this an issue here?
Right, like, it just didn't make sense. But then, like, there's other issues, like, for instance, the Witch City bathroom. There are a lot of shops that are making a lot of money in these bathrooms. Ellen, how much did it cost you to update your bathroom?
Not that, like, maybe a couple $100. To make paint.
Yeah, to make it...
A new toilet, paint.
I also want to add that her bathroom probably... was non-existent really before she made it.
Yeah.
This bathroom was completely decayed.
It was so decayed, and it's just like, why is this bathroom like this? We've heard of, like, the Witch City Mall bathroom, like, lore online. It's its own tourist place, it feels like, and you gotta go see this bathroom because it's so horrible.
Because it doesn't make sense to people.
No.
It doesn't make sense on how this is an area that's bringing in so much profit.
Where's the money
to have these issues?
Yeah,
that makes no sense. Like, you have these issues to upkeep, like, the town, these small buildings,
the historical
elements.
places.
Like, that bathroom is not historical. Updo the bathroom. Come on.
I don't understand why they can't.
Like, I wouldn't use it. Ellen was brave.
I had to. I put toilet paper. I put 2 layers of toilet paper down. Okay.
But
I'm safe.
The fact that she had to put 2 layers down. Think about this. That's how I wouldn't even. I think
someone had, like, their child in there, and I'm like,
she's hollering, "Don't touch anything!
Why are you in the next stall? Don't touch anything!"
But in her defense, that's the other issue in this small town. Going to the restroom is an issue.
Yeah. So, to be fair, when you, something that I haven't really seen a lot online is that you can download a Salem app, and it will tell you, like, where there's parking, where there's a restroom, and like, different, tourist places. But could you get the app
to work?
I couldn't.
See, there's the issue.
Yeah. The app was kind of shit, but, I mean, it could be different for somebody else. But there is an app that is supposed to help you find a restroom.
It's not helpful.
Yeah.
It's not. And realistically, the only time we went to the bathroom is when we were getting something to eat.
But to be fair, a lot of these buildings are have been around for hundreds of years, and there's no way to put in a restroom without damaging the building.
I think they have restrooms. They just don't want to open them up to the public, which rightfully
Right,
so.
right.
They've got so many. Like, in the short one day that we were there, I promise you there's probably 10,000 people. I promise you. And I wouldn't want 10,000 different twats on my toilet either.
Well, we did, where was it?
We went
At that smoothie place. That was really nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but it was a smoothie shop.
So just be prepared that if you're going to this place,
Make sure you know where the restrooms are, but
buy something.
again, I've seen like signs like restrooms that way.
Yeah,
It's like there are different signs. Like they try to accommodate you, but I mean,
it's not very accommodating.
It's not very accommodating, but
realistically, it's just not. Just plan on if you buy some kind of food item, use the restroom there.
yeah,
That honestly should have been. I should have thought more about
like
that.
we ate at
The Witch City Tavern.
the Witch City Tavern, beautiful.
Wonderful food.
They had beautiful murals, and the food was fantastic.
It was really good.
So good. And we got there just in time because people were having to like wait outside for an open table.
And we get to use the restroom there, and then at the smoothie place, we got to go to the restroom. But basically, and I'm not talking about like coffee spots. I'm like, if you can like sit down and eat in some aspect, they probably have a restroom available for you to use.
Right. They don't. It's only open to paying customers usually.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. And then also keep in mind that what you can purchase at your regular metaphysical shop is probably going to be doubled in Salem. Easily, I promise you. There were items that I know Ellen sells double or triple what she sells.
It was so hard to like shop. As a shop owner, it was hard to shop for things and think, oh, can I get this? Can I not? Like mostly, I could get like mostly everything that's in Salem. But yeah, I mean, going back to, finding uniqueness in that town, whether it be products or anything, it was really hard.
You're
to
going
find
for
uniqueness.
the aesthetic of Salem. I think
Now, Salem itself is a beautiful town. I think it's beautiful. It's got like the brick stone roads and brick roads, and the buildings are really cute.
Yeah.
And, it's right there next to the water. It's just beautiful. It is such a pretty area, minus all of the inauthentic that comes with it.
Yeah, I will say that it is a beautiful town. If it wasn't so crowded and there wasn't so much, again, I'm going to use Ellen's word, inauthenticity.
Inauthentic. But,
But
like, Salem was, I don't know if, because we, like, recorded, did I already mention, like, that it was on my bucket list and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, like, I loved, there was this one shop, it was, oh shoot, what was it called?
Pentagram?
No, I spent some time in there. You got soap from there, remember? They had the taxidermy stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was actually, like, their soaps were good. That was nice soap. I
spent some time in there. They had some, like, artwork, like prints from local artists and stuff.
You got a tooth ring?
I got, from there, I got a tooth ring, an art piece. I got a little tiger's eye elephant. Some stickers. I don't know. There was something else that I got.
Their soaps were phenomenal. I'm still using that bottle.
Yeah.
They smelled great.
So we went to Lori Cabot's shop. That was great. I got perfume. Did you get anything from there?
Oh, I got crystals.
You did.
I got crystals.
Yeah, you got crystals from there. They had some very unique crystals that I never even heard of.
They got a lot of tumbled crystals that I will say that they had tumbled crystals that I haven't really seen in a lot of metaphysical shops in the area. Not saying that you couldn't get them saying that I hadn't really seen them in my area.
I haven't either. They were very unique.
So I did purchase them. I did not. Ellen, this was she loves Lori Cabot, and she may be wonderful herself. I will say again, corrections officer here, so I'm very aware of my surroundings.
Hold on, pause. The shop that I was just talking about is called Hive and Forge. So if you're ever in Salem, stop at Hive and Forge. It's phenomenal. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Is that the soap syrup?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
It was nice. Ellen was kind of in her zone, wandering around.
I kept like going around and around and around. I just wanted to be there as long as possible, and plus I was trying to find something to buy that wasn't like $200, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then I started noticing the sales associate watching her.
I didn't notice
extensively, as if she was stealing something. Which they probably do get a lot of that. I don't really know what to say, but that type of, this isn't like a huge shop that
you can see everyone from the counter.
Yeah, so like to me it didn't make a lot of sense. But also it didn't make sense to me why, if you have enough time to watch somebody that extensively, why you wouldn't introduce themselves, or maybe even yet be like, hey, is there something I can help you find? Like, are you looking for something specific? Like, offer up your expertise because you're in the shop every day.
Yeah.
Instead, this person
they never said anything to me.
To like watch her, and like that bugged the living crap out of me and gave me just a really bad taste in my mouth for that shop. Now, Ellen does not have that experience because, again, she was in her zone.
I didn't care what anybody... I didn't care... This whole trip, I didn't pay attention to anybody around me entirely.
She's
you know what I mean?
I'm noticing everything.
I wasn't like la-ti-da, but I was in that zone of like, I don't care. I'm here for me. Mm-hmm. And people can stare at me. People can think I'm stealing something. I don't care. I don't care because I'm in my happy place.
Oh, it bugged the shit
I bugged her.
It didn't bug me. It bugged me a lot because to me, even if you did think that she was going to steal something, why not introduce yourself?
Yeah, why not?
That's what she would have done in her
shop. That's so weird. Oh yeah, definitely. If I find anybody suspicious, I'm like, hey, let me know if you need anything or if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. I'm here.
Right. So
I want them to know that I noticed them. You know what I mean?
This is not what this person was doing. They were going back and forth, looking at her 5 seconds. And mind you, Ellen's like looking at everything. Like she's trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
That wasn't, and it just,
yeah.
That just gave me a really...
Every shop had tarot reader.
Oh,
Every single shop had a tarot reader.
But there was, here...
multiple tarot readers at some shops. It's like, wow, do they really make like is there... I mean, I understand people love tarot readings and a lot of people go to Salem to get a tarot reading in Salem. We did not, but it's a huge thing.
As a tarot reader, it would drive me insane.
See, they'd have to compete with other tarot readers in town. Like,
there were shops that you were going to, and like literally they'd have a booth set up where you could see this reader performing her reading, and like as you're walking by the window. Yeah. And like that irked my soul. Yeah, there was one shop that had a tarot reader set up like right at the window, the front window. Mm-hmm. Make that make sense? And like just knowing what divination takes and the extensiveness of it, and the fact that any small distraction can take you out of your zone from being able to perform that reading, that would irk my soul. But again, we did not get a tarot reading, so... Well, I wasn't drawn to any of them, and plus, I didn't go there for a tarot reading. That just wasn't on my list of, like, I need to get a tarot reading. I was going to until I saw the prices. I did not see the prices. How much were they charging? I am not paying $80 for 20 minutes with a tarot reader. Damn. No way in hell are they gonna that. I had a coworker of mine give me $40 off a donation a couple weeks ago, and it about gave me a heart attack. Like, I feel like it's a gift. I understand that it can be draining, and I understand that everybody deserves to be paid what they're paid, whatever rate. this was exponentially, like, and then to be right in front of that window and you're charging $80 as if it's a show.
Now, to be fair, there were shops that were more hidden, like behind a curtain or like in a different room, but it was very rare. Most of them were like on the shop floor, but behind a curtain. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like out of the way. Like, you could probably hear them talking.
Oh, I did. There was a couple times I did.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I would not feel comfortable.
I feel like it's such a personal experience. And then for one, like, for you to, a lot of times it was also portrayed as like fortune telling or seeing your future and shit like that. I don't believe that's what divination is for. It's looking at the energy that surrounds you and what potential outcomes can come from that energy. Ultimately, you have the ultimate say on how those decisions come about. So, like, when you're portraying it as, like, something fantastical thing other than, like, spiritual therapy work, which is really what I believe divination is. It's more of a spiritual type of therapy. Obviously, it's not. It's not therapy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it has more of an element of conversation. I've had lots of my people that I'm divinating with break down and, like, feel emotions that they haven't got to actually sit with. I don't think any of that could be possible, which makes it more inauthentic, which just drove me a little bit insane. I did not like that.
Yeah.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't drawn to any of the readers or anything.
Not one.
No. So we went to, we talked about going to Lori Cabot's shop. Loved her. That was on my bucket list. Mm-hmm. I had to go there. That was like one of our last stops. I wanted to go to Crowhaven Corner, which, holy moly, it is so much smaller. And again, like, I was just like kind of let down a little bit. Like, it is tiny.
And that reader was in the back doing a reading in front of 15 million people just walking around.
And there was no curtain around her. Like,
nothing secluding the privacy.
Nothing. I'm like, what is going on here? But yeah, Lorelai wasn't there. Lorelai is the owner, the Love Witch of Salem. I would have loved to have met her, but she was not there, of course. But I did not buy anything from there. I did see her pendulums. I'm into pendulum reading, and
her pendulums were unique.
So cool.
So they were something that I will say was.
I would have bought one,
but they were $70, $80.
$70 to $80 for a pendulum. And I was like, I can't.
We couldn't justify it. It was there was something different. I can't even remember what it was.
And they had like little pendulum boards made out of like slices, like slabs of wood, and then you could tell it was handmade. Is what I'm saying. Like these were handmade, but it was just so expensive, and I was just like, I just can't.
You couldn't justify it.
I couldn't justify that purchase.
Because it's definitely something you can probably make yourself out of a regular
Absolutely. I'm like, I gave it a good look. I'm like, I bet I can make that.
Yeah.
But where else did we go? We went to Pentagram. That was a really cool shop. I loved it. It kind of reminded me of like my aesthetic. Like, it's kind of dark. The herb wall and like the wood elements in there, and just it felt cozy. It just felt really, really cozy. And I love that they had the upstairs loft, so you go upstairs and it's like a library area where they've got all the bookcases, and then off to the one side they've got like a wall of curtains, which that's where the readers were. They had like 4 or 5 different spots.
Yeah, like
for tarot readers. I'm like, shit.
Some of these shops have like 6 or 7 readers at a time, any one time going. So like, just keep that in mind that divination, like, and it's really oversaturated.
It is oversaturated, sadly.
Well, this town is very oversaturated with the thought of witch.
Witch, yes.
Which is, I think, what that element drives me insane a little bit, because like, just me like having deep dived into like the terminology of witch and where it comes from, and like that it was a term for prosecution, which is what the history of this town is. They prosecuted people and ostracized them and ultimately killed people, and none of those people were witches. Keep that in mind. None of them were practicing witches.
Yeah.
To now it be on the opposite side, and like now we're all witches here, and like ultimately, like I understand people have taken on the term, but what are you outside of that? There wasn't a lot of that. There wasn't a lot of like differences outside of witch, which is a Christian term for prosecution and ostracization. So like, just like considering the history, I thought it would be more relevant to this. Like, I thought I would see probably a lot more conversation surrounding this. There was still a lot of people that were very ignorant to the fact that witches, the people that were prosecuted in this town, were not witches. They were women and men, and mostly, we can see historical evidence of this. It was like neighbors accusing neighbors to benefit each other.
So something that like I recently like it kind of got planted in my mind is that like why in history are we so focused on the hangings in Salem, or the executions of the witches in Salem? Why are we so focused on that when there were thousands of witches being hung or killed in Europe and in other parts of the world at that same time? Like, why are we... I just don't understand why we're so hyper-focused on, like, there were witches in Salem that died. And I don't get it. Like, I don't know.
I think a lot of it has to do with, like, democracy and them being tried in court here, whereas in other places, like, there were places where they were tried in court, but it was mere so the accusation alone was enough to get you death. Like, these people were tried in court, and we can physically see that, like, the court system was ran so corruptly, astral evidence being used. What the fuck is that?
What is that?
Basically, like, the girls screaming that something is happening to them, and them freaking out, and like they're using that as evidence that it's happening.
Could you imagine that today?
Or the fuck? But that's the sad part. Is what we do know from this whole entire story is that these were Puritan women that were Puritan girls that were accusing other women that their families had grudges against. Like, we do see a lot of that.
And also it was women that were kind of less than in the community.
Less than, and what we mean is like single moms, widows. Yeah. Outspoken women.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to understand the society norms of Puritan society. Women's places were to give birth, clean their house, and serve their men. Okay? And this was from a young age. Young girls, that they started off on chores. They started doing things. Like, they didn't have time for playing or games or things like this. So, can you imagine being a young girl, having no attention? There's nothing about your life that has any kind of relevance. You don't matter. What's going to matter is who you marry and who you birth. That's it. You ain't nothing. And that's really what these girls ultimately felt. Well, imagine them having this whole hysteria moment, and now everyone in town is now focusing their attention on you because you're the poor girl that has been possessed by a witch.
Yeah.
So, like, ultimately it was hysteria, and that's what we do know. And we do know, like, a lot of the people that were tried had some kind of dispute with the people that they were accusing them of, witchcraft. Which is crazy.
So I remember being in Salem and visiting the memorial of the people that were they weren't buried there. It was just their memorial, and it was set up kind of like a square, like a big square. And I'm sure you've seen pictures of them. the stones were, they stick out of the wall, and it has like their name and when, how they died, if they were hung, crushed. There was something else. Somebody died from something else there. And then when they were hung. Name, hung, and when they were hung. There were a lot.
Yeah, but also...
But while we were there, we were in between two tours. And there was one ahead of us, and we were just like walking around. I was taking video and taking pictures of each one and just kind of having a moment. And then we got about halfway through just to kind of let the other tour go by. And there was this sense of great sadness that came over me. Like, I could have cried right there. Like, I don't
think the spirits feel very honored by this place.
Like, kind of quiet, and you're like, do you feel that? And I'm like, yeah, it is heavy sadness.
Like, ultimately,
so sad.
Ultimately, what happened there was very sad. But the fact that there's so much profit,
it's a different kind of sadness, though, than these people died. It's so much deeper than that.
There's not a lot of real honor in this place for the people. You gotta understand, the tragedy is now being profited off of. That is, like, and the sad part is the only way that you can even get any form of historical knowledge is if you pay to gain profit to those people that are willing to give you that information. And then on top of that, those people, you don't know. So, like, for instance, we're walking around this memorial, and one of the group guides, and I was so upset, because one of the people that had hung, I guess, was a pretty awful person to the wife that they were married to, and like openly admitted to the crowd that they oftentimes take offerings off of this person's grave and give it to their wife because of whatever. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, girl, you don't know this man to be doing that. You just know some kind of historical knowledge that has been passed to you, whether or not that's true or not.
So they would take stuff from his memorial and give it to his wife's memorial.
Yeah, I want to say it was the Corys, but I might be lying to you. I gotta.
Isn't that awful?
But it's just like, ultimately, at the end of the day, the offerings are being given for the tragedy that happened to them, regardless of whether they were good person, bad person, in between. We don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
The fact that you are willing to dishonor this person and give more honor to this person based off of something you don't personally really know irked my soul.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, there's so much. It just does not feel respectful. It doesn't feel honoring. It feels more profiting.
It was so weird. Like, for example, we were out in front of the witch house, and again, pictures just make it seem different, But really, this house is, like, in the middle of, like, all the shops. Mm-hmm. And then there's just this house that just sits there on the corner. And it's a small cottage. It's not even, like, it's so small. It's so freaking small.
Mm-hmm. But, like, we're going to be 100% realistic. Like, people were, like, there was this girl that was, I'm sitting down on one of the rocks because Ellen's, like, doing her thing. And they're like, why is it called the witch house? A witch really lived here? And I'm like, oh, my Lord.
Like,
are you really wrapped up with the name?
Yeah.
Like, and I even hollered out, there were no witches here then.
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at me, like, surprised that I would say that. Because, like, obviously the whole town is obsessed with witch.
Yeah. Everyone's obsessed with witches. It's the witch city capital of the world.
I'm just like, now there's practicing people here. But back then, they were all godly. Closer to God than any Christian today, I'm guessing.
So let's kind of wrap it up because I'm going to be closing and you're going to be leaving.
Yeah.
So conclusion for me would be, I definitely want to go back, but I need at least 2 or 3 days to see everything. And see everything is, I want to see like more of the historical places. And really get to know, like, the history without taking, like, a tour. I don't want to take a tour. I just want to explore on my own and just take my time and see everything, at my own pace and everything. And I kept mentioning that everything is so much smaller, and I say that out of shock, just because it's a place that I've wanted to go to for so long, and it's just different in person.
Very, very,
very, very different. Overall, I definitely want to go back, but when I take you back to the beginning of, like, it definitely felt like a movie set.
Mm-hmm. I will not be returning. That is not for me.
We'll have to figure out another, like, destination for a girls' trip.
Yeah, I'm not interested in returning. One day was enough.
But you should go there.
If you want, go there once,
yes.
Experience it for yourself, come to your own conclusions. For me, the conclusion is no. It is definitely no. I did not enjoy myself. I did not find it anywhere near what I thought it would be. I can't imagine going and spending money there again. And I'll make my own.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm very.
And I'm just like, yeah. Even though it's terrible, yes.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's the worst place on earth. I just don't think it's what it's portrayed to be. And I think it's definitely portrayed of, like, you have to come see this place. You have to come and see this place. And then you get there and you're just like, fuck. You trapped me. Yeah, there's, like, no magical. Like, it's not magical.
Yeah, it's really not.
Tourist.
It's just like any other place almost, you know?
Yeah,
just more shops.
Yeah,
more places to shop. They want you to shop.
That's it. Like, if you want to go to a place where there's a lot of metaphysical shops in a mile radius, you'll love it.
You'll love it.
I have no desire to.
All right. That's our video. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.